Hey, what's up everybody? This is Suburbs501 and today I want to go over what I think is the best overall build for the Sig MCX in patch 12.11 of Escape from Tarkov. Now, in my opinion, the MCX is a little bit of an underrated weapon and isn't used that much by a lot of people. I think it will be used a little bit more as the wipe progresses and more people have more resources to use different weapons. And I do think the MCX is in a good spot in this patch. I don't think it's going to be a top tier meta weapon that competes with the best M4s or the best mutants, but I do think this is still a very strong weapon and it's personally one of my favorite weapons to use. So first off, we have our sight. You can use whichever sight you want to use. Keep in mind that there was a reticle rework with this patch. So stuff like the PK06s aren't that great anymore. A lot of the hollow sights or EOTech sights are still very, very good. So I'd recommend testing out some sights. I personally still use just the EOTech XPS30 or some of the other EOTech holographic sights. All those are going to be really good sights. Then we have the MBus Gen 2 front and rear sights. You can use whichever front and rear sights give additional ergo. Then we don't have any options for the charging handle. Then for the stock, we only have two options and we're going to be using the MCX thin lightweight stock. And then for the barrel, we're going to be using the 229mm barrel. And then coming to the magazine, this is one of the spots that we have a lot of options since they share the magazines with the M4s and the HKs. So you have a ton of different options. You have two 60-round mags that are both pretty good. And then you have all of the other 30-round mags that you can use as well. Now, I would recommend using the 60-round Magpul PMag, the round one, because this will give you slightly more ergo than using the silver 60-rounders. And for whatever reason, the round PMags are, I think, half the price of the Surefire 60-rounders. So right now, I definitely just recommend using the Magpul PMags. Then for the pistol grip, we have two options to choose between. We have the HK Ergo PSG-1, and then we have the Nora Arms Growl S. Now, these are both going to give the exact same amount of ergo. The Growl S is technically better because it weighs slightly less, but the weight reduction you're not really gonna notice, so buy whichever one of these are cheaper. And then we don't have any options for the upper receiver. Next up, we're going to be using the MCX 12-inch handguard. Then for our grip, we're going to be putting our grip on either of these 6-inch guides, the Strike Industries or the Victor Cast V. Buy whichever one of those are cheaper. They do the exact same things. And then for our grip, we're going to be having the Hera Arms CQR tactical grip. This is absolutely the best grip you can get for pretty much any weapon you can put this on. Has a very good ergo and very good recoil reduction. And the only thing that could slightly be better is if you want to use a RK2, which is the really long grip. It'll give slightly less recoil overall, but you will get a pretty decent drop in your ergo. And that is pretty much the only thing that you would really want to change your grip to. But again, I still think this grip is by far the best grip you can possibly get. And then for a tactical device, we're going to be having it on a Victor Cast V 2-inch rail. And then we're going to be using the D-Ball tactical flashlight. This is, I think, the only tactical device that gives you all of the options. So your IR flashlight, your normal flashlight, and your laser pointers. So any weapon you could put this on, I'd recommend putting it on. And then we have our gas block, which we don't have any other options for. And then we have our muzzle brake and silencer combination. We have the Sig Sauer taper lock muzzle adapter. Then on that, we have the Sig Sauer SRD762 sound suppressor. Then on that, we have the Sig Sauer 2-port muzzle brake. Now, another reason that I think the MCX is probably in the best spot it's ever been is because this combination of muzzle brake and silencer was actually broken for a lot of last wipe. Even though you'd have a silencer on, you would still have a massive amount of muzzle flash, which didn't happen with other silencers and wasn't supposed to happen with this. Now that's gone, so this weapon is much easier to keep on target. And I think at some point it did get a slight recoil buff because I think it was sitting at the last time I did a video on this weapon, it was sitting at like 58 vertical recoil. It's not 55. So with a 60-round mag, a silenced weapon, we have 42 ergo and 55 vertical recoil. So the stats are overall pretty decent. Compared to other meta weapons, the recoil is slightly high, but overall, considering how good the ammo is, considering having a 6-year rounder, how short the weapon is, I think this is overall a very balanced weapon with very balanced stats. So that is the entirety of what I think is the best overall build for the Sig MCX. And I recommend going out and trying this, especially if you're ranking up your traders and you can buy the AP ammo for this weapon. I think it's a very, very fun weapon to use, and I do think it is a bit underrated. So subscribe if you want to see more Escape from Tarkov videos. Leave a like if you liked the video. Leave a comment down below what you guys think about this MCX build, and thanks for watching.
Nice there.
Есть. Давато здесь. Да. Выполняю.
Дело мое, теперь